Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you're watching the Bowtie Psychic here on YouTube. I'm a psychic and intuitive medium who focuses on divination and storytelling to help people overcome generational trauma. I'm also working with inner child energy, as I've been called to do so. Welcome. Thank you so much. The first person to pop on, thank you so much for popping on. Sorry it's so late. I'm still trying to find a time that is doable and suitable for me and for the audience, so I'm not bouncing around everywhere. But I'm very glad to be here. I'm actually doing a video for Scorpio, the inner child energy, inner child video for Scorpio. And so, what I like to do first and foremost is to do the intuitive reading first, and then the card reading second. And also, the way I do it is to, when I'm doing the card reading, I pull a card to represent the collective, or represent, in this case, Scorpio. So, I am going to go ahead and get started. If you resonate with anything I say, or whether it be the intuitive reading or the card reading, by all means, give me a thumbs up, share this video, let people know that I'm here, and also subscribe to the channel. Like any I really appreciate, y'all being here. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm grabbing cards. Um, so what I got? Hey, how you doing, Michaela? How are you? Nice to see you as well. I've just been really like tired and wanted to. I don't know. Like there's been some stuff going on. Like I don't know about everybody else, but Mercury retrograde and this energy is really getting to me. And I don't know whether or not, I'm pretty sure. I'm very sure that it's getting to other people as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm rested. I had a nap. I took a power nap, and now I'm very awake. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So it's almost over with. It'll be over with on November 30th, and then everything will start to fall into place. There is a reason why this energy is so heavy on people, is because a lot of our shadows are coming out, especially with it being Scorpio, and with at least the first part of the month. So just be aware. Like, if you think Scorpio is bad, wait until you get to Sagittarius. You know what I mean? But anyhow, let me go ahead and get like I said, Michaela, I'm glad you're here. So let me go ahead and get into this intuitive reading. Like what I got from Scorpio, as far as like the general like intuitive feeling I got is that you are very much into your season. You have, I'm getting a lot of mixed feelings about it. This is your season. This is very much your season. But this season, um, yes, we need to get together ASAP before Sag comes, right? Exactly, exactly. Because this is rough. But what I'm getting for Scorpio is that there's mixed feelings around this season. Okay, every I'm getting it every other year. Like this is was okay for you. You were able to get it together. You were able to pull it together and be soldiers, be spiritual soldiers, be and go on about your business and actually celebrate this season. But somehow this season is different, and it's because now you're being. It's not about being a. This is not for the faint of heart, to be honest with you. As far as the spirit, especially if you're a spiritual person, and especially if you're very in tuned. A lot of you, I'm just getting for Scorpio a lot of um, energy around my head that tells me that either a lot of you are spiritually awakening, or you're being more and more in tune and more connected, or you're getting more connected to your spirit guides or your spirit team, and they're basically letting you know that in order for you to elevate, you are to start opening up. And so 2019 is the year of completion, and number 11 is about starting over and basically changing and going through the not going through the motions, but basically going through the channels and going through um, basically doing the work. Okay, doing the work. And so basically, there's a lot of pushback. Like, do you want to enjoy this season, but at the same time, with Mercury retrograde happening and Scorpio and the shadows coming through, there's a lot of people in Scorpio who are basically like, y'all don't know what to do right now. You don't know what to do. You don't know whether to surrender or to fight. And so you're being asked by spirit to let go and to basically allow yourself to be vulnerable for the sake of growth, not to just, be vulnerable for the sake of being vulnerable, but all these secrets that you're holding on to, and a lot of unspoken things that you're holding inside of you, that's coming out sideways. That's coming out in some way, shape, or form. And so if it's uncomfortable for you, this is a good thing. Good. Okay. This is a good thing. That Scorpio season, this Scorpio season is way different from the Scorpio seasons that you are used to, because now spirit is involved. Your spirituality is calling you, okay, to be a better person, to be a much more solid person. And being solid is feeling your feelings. That's what that means. Like feeling your feelings. Allow yourself to feel. There is no reason in the world for you to be like, I'm just getting like a lot of y'all are crying. You're crying in silence, or you're crying in, you know I'm getting that you're like, you're doing everything you can to hold in your tears. If you do cry, it's around people you trust, or around um but some that you're doing this by yourself. Excuse me. A lot of you are just like putting on a strong face, and putting on the this facade that somehow you're stronger, without emotion. But in actuality, this is what happens when you hold on to things. You start having anxiety attacks. I'm getting that a lot of you are very afraid of allowing people to see a softer side of you, because that softer side means being being weak, and that's not the case. Okay, that's definitely not the case. Your vulnerability is your superpower, and if anything, what's happening is that this season, okay, is basically, well, we had something similar to this last month, to where you were like, your vulnerability has gotten, you've been told to be vulnerable, but now you're being pushed by spirit to do so, because now this is about your personal growth. This is not about you being in a relationship. This is not about you being um in some sort of, I'm just getting that around this time around this is really about you, Scorpio, just allowing your your inner child, or your higher self to come through. That's what I'm getting. Your higher self is begging to come through, so you can do all that you can to just elevate, and just be be vulnerable, be yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm getting, this is time. This is time to this is time. This is time. Okay? You are to you are pretty much being asked to get it together. You're being asked to get it together. You're being asked to let people in for the sake of your own growth, especially if you are a spiritual practitioner, or someone who is looking to be a spiritual practitioner, or you are being called to like connect with other people in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm just getting like now the veil, like whatever you were hiding behind, is not working anymore. And so now you're being asked to allow your higher self to come through. So if you resonate with that in any way, shape, or form, by all means, let me know. Also, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also, be sure to share this video and let people know that I'm here. Thank you so much, Michaela. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, like, yeah, I'm just getting for my for Scorpio. It's just pretty. It's time. Let me see if I get anything else. All right. So that's it. That's it. Whew. So how you doing, Michaela? Now, I was wondering, how did your day go? Did you do anything? Is it snowing? Where does also does Earth go into a house like Mercury or any other planet? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure. And to be honest with you, I am not an astrologer, and I don't fully understand astrology or know it strenuously. But I could definitely ask. I could definitely ask, and I can also look that up and let you know. But it makes me wonder, why do you ask, like, what made you ask that question? It's been raining all day, and I've been relaxing. What about you? I took a nap, went to my therapy appointment, and I'm about to eat dinner soon. I'm actually getting ready for a storytelling event that I'm a part of as well. Um, so yeah, that's what my day has been: resting and doing a bit of planning. All right, so here we go with the card reading, and I'm going to tap into the. I've tapped into the inner child energy of Scorpio already. Yeah, I'm just feeling like Scorpio is very tired too. Like y'all are really anxious. Y'all seriously don't know what to do with yourselves. Y'all really don't know to feel or where to go. I'm just getting a lot of static energy. Um, and if to be honest with you, if I owned, I used to own the Osho Zen deck. And the first card that pops into my mind, I'm going to replace that deck by the way. It's awesome. But the first, excuse me, the card that comes into mind when talking about Scorpio is the schizophrenia card. And the schizophrenia card is basically like saying like y'all don't know where to go. You don't know which end is up right now. You don't know what the hell's going on. I ask because humans are, I guess, here to help other humans become of light. And I notice when people talk about retrograde, it's always the planets triggering them. I guess why not? Now I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying. I ask because humans here, I guess, here help other humans become light. When I notice when people talk about retrograde, there's always the planets triggering them. I think like what okay, I see what you're saying. So I think like the reason why, you know, that is because I also feel too that people put a lot of energy into these retrogrades, and I also feel too that a lot of folks, um, I think we're all interconnected. We're very much interconnected, and so you bring up a really good point. We never talk about how Earth is. I'm thinking too that Earth, um, for the most part, I never hear about Earth being part of a going into a house or anything like that. I'm assuming is because like Earth is like the like is where we live or where we're supposed to connect with one another, and because we're so connected to the universe, that's why our energy may be triggering these other planets. You know what I mean? But I can definitely ask other people who are astrologers. I know a friend that I can tap into, or like I can tap him on the shoulder. But yeah, that's a really good question. But I'm assuming it's because we live here. You know what I mean? But let me get into these cards real quick. Dear Higher Spirit. So the first card I'm going to choose is going to be representing the inner child within those of the Scorpios who resonate with this message. Hello to the second person who came through. Hello. Could you let yourself be known so we know who you are? And I can greet you accordingly. Dear Higher Spirit, what card represents the inner child of those born of the Scorpio sign, whether it be sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus? Okay. So what we got here is the Queen of Wands. So this is what the child, the energy, chose. It chose the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is very much an individual who is like, if you see her face, she's very stoic. She's very stoic. She's very much about business. She's very much about, um, I'm getting poise. She's gentle, but she has like a hard face, and I'm getting that for this energy here. I'm getting that she is very much an individual who's about business. She's about business. Um, she is very much. She has a poker face. I'm getting like she is very much a person who is like, she keeps a lot to herself. She keeps a lot to herself, and there's no gender to the cards. There is no, my energy is genderless, but I'm basically saying like the Queen of Wands is very much a person. I'm just getting like a very stoic energy with her, and this is what the inner child is. The inner child is a person. The At least the energy that I'm getting for Scorpios, this child was very stoic at one point, or kept a lot of secrets at some point. Not only out of mere survival, but because there was like a fun element to, you know, keeping secrets. You're very observant. I got for Scorpios. As children, you were very observant. You saw what was going on. You saw what was going on around you, and because you're very wise, beyond your years, um, you're known for your maturity. That's what I'm getting. You are known for your maturity. You are known for, if you were. I'm getting like a middle and even, the baby of the family. I'm just getting that a lot of you saw what was going on, and you kind of like slipped through the cracks as a result of you being so quiet. Like you truly, y'all were like the epitome of moving in silence. I truly get that. Okay, so this is what, um, I'm getting for Scorpio, like at least the inner child energy. Y'all saw a lot. Y'all been through a lot. Okay, and you were very silent about how it affected you. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. This is definitely what I'm getting for the Queen of Wands. Excuse me. And you're also very much a protector. You're always about action. Like when you get the Wands card, I'm definitely getting someone or something, a person, um, who's about action, who's about moving forward. You're basically a person who's about moving forward. You're also very solutions based. Scorpio, I'm just getting a lot of solutions. Like you moved in silence. You didn't allow yourself, to get too caught up in emotion. So I'm thinking like this is a learned behavior as far as you becoming, very observant and and very silent about how you really feel. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what Scorpios went through. What is the child energy? What is the inner child energy here? What is the message? What issues have the have you faced, inner child of Scorpio? What did you endure? Could you tell me a little bit about the inner child energy of Scorpio? Mm, wow. Okay. So this is what I got for. I got the Chariot card upside down, and what I'm getting for the inner child, the messages that you're receiving from the inner child is that a lot of y'all, especially when you were little, y'all felt very stuck. You felt very stuck in your situation. You felt very stuck, in the situations as far as not being able to speak up, not being able to do anything about it. I just feel like this bit of powerlessness when it comes to Scorpio children, um, because as children, if you've been through a lot of trauma or you've been through a lot of situations where you were little or you were very much a protector, what I'm getting from this situation or this card rather is that you've been in many situations where um, you felt like you can. I'm just getting that you were very protective of your younger siblings or maybe your siblings as a whole, and there was a lot of. I'm getting there. There was a lot of beatings and very about corporal punishment. Okay, I'm getting a lot of corporal punishment, and you were very much a person. You wanted to scream out, and you felt like you had nowhere to go. You've been told actually. I'm getting for a lot of Scorpios that you've been told that if that you there was nothing you could do. There was really nothing you can do. You were a child to be seen and not heard. And what was going on is that you pretty much have been told, that's my housemate in the back, y'all. You pretty much been told that you were to keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything. You don't do anything. What goes on in this house stays in this house. No one's going to listen to you anyway. Your opinion does not count. Okay, so you felt. I'm just getting like this energy of your silence or survival, and you felt stuck. You felt stuck in a situation where you didn't feel comfortable in. Okay, that's what I'm getting as far as how things were as a child. You were in a very chaotic household, and when I mean chaotic, it doesn't mean like there was a bunch of people fighting all day every day. I'm not getting that at all. What I am getting is that um, I'm getting like there was like it wasn't like so chaotic to the point where everyone was yelling. It was like one person in particular that was just very controlling over your situation. I'm just getting when you were a child, you were very controlled by a very dominant energy, and I don't. I'm getting like it was a male energy, so it was maybe like a father or uncle somewhere where I'm just getting like a father energy or like a father energy or stepfather energy where somebody was was that energy his energy was very antagonistic towards a lot of y'all. Okay, and so it's very much felt in this card where in the chariot card where you've been told by him that you are not going anywhere. You don't own anything. You do not have power in this household. This is my house, and you do as I say. It's very, very antagonistic and very like very domineering. Okay, to the point where I'm just getting like a lot of verbal and physical abuse as far as corporal punishment. I'm getting a belt or or um, like being spanked or being hit with his hand. Like something was going on, and I feel like I'm seeing it like a bottle. So alcohol was very much involved in these beatings, very much so. Were these they were just very fueled. They were fueled by alcohol. He was already angry to begin with, okay, because of outside circumstances. I'm getting a capitalism played a huge part in this anger, whether they were being underpaid or being stressed out due to having like being laid off or not having a job or something to that nature, or they something to where money or lack thereof. Okay, that lack of abundance was the fuel behind a lot of these beatings. And so what I'm getting is that a lot of you were told that I'm just getting that even though there were some outside circumstances, I'm getting that you have been told that you are the reason why this is happening. You are the reason why all this stuff happened, and so you carry that stuff, and like you carry that stuff with you and it's within you as an adult. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of that too. I'm also getting the Eight of Wands. Okay, the Eight of Wands is basically like a card of action, going full steam ahead. You're on the right track. But what I'm getting from this card is that you are ready to go. You were ready to be out of the house. Okay. As a child, your inner child is basically saying that you were a Scorpio, or whomever resonates with this message, is that you were ready to leave the house. You did not want to be in that situation anymore. You were tired of being beaten. You were tired of being ridiculed. You were tired of being mistreated and disrespected. And you were really tired of people being placed in a situation where you were often in harm's way. A lot of you, I'm just getting a lot of like had anxiety or some sort of health problems around your heart. I'm also getting to that you kept a lot inside. You didn't feel loved at all, and so I'm just getting that a lot of you just felt like I'm just getting like this pain in my heart, like this pain, like a sharpness. So basically, a lot of this of what was going on affected your heart. It affected your body, but particularly your heart. Um, I'm getting it was like 12 years old when you're like 12, almost 13 years old. Some of y'all, when you were talking about leaving the house, you were always having fantasies about leaving the house. You had fantasies about leaving your stepfather behind, or yeah, I'm just getting your stepfather like did a number on y'all. I'm also getting to that. What kept you behind? For one, like you didn't know where to go. But secondly, you were very. I'm getting that some of you were protecting your family, protecting a sibling. I'm getting siblings. I'm not getting a mom. Not getting a mom. I'm getting that. Why is there no? I'm getting that she was like spiritually um, affected by what was going on. So if the mother was not there, she was very much emotionally absent. I'm getting she was emotionally absent. It's as if she felt like she didn't know what was going on or what she could have done to make the abuse stop. If there could be a huge possibility that she herself was afraid of the of your stepfather or your father, so she didn't do anything. She didn't do very much to protect y'all or keep y'all out of harm's way. Okay, and so what I'm getting from this is that you felt like you were on your own. Okay, when you were a child, you felt like you were on your own, and you felt like you were the only person that was going to save you, Scorpio, is if you saved yourself or put your or save your yeah, or like you're basically on your own. You're about to save yourself. Okay, like you were the only person that you could count on at that point. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I also got here the last card that talks about you and your situation as a child. I'm getting from you the Page of Pentacles, and what I'm getting from the Page of Pentacles is basically like you're basically like, how am I going to get out of here? You're like at this point you're about money and finances, and you're finding some way to get out of this situation. So it does not surprise me at all if you were hoarding money at some point or fantasizing about getting money to be out of that situation. Like you were always looking for a way out, and you were looking for resources to get you out. Okay, I'm getting that by this time you were 15, 16 years of age, and so a lot of your inner child stuff is basically like, um, I need to get up out of here. Is about mere survival. About 15, 16 years old, you were ready to go, and you were looking for money to be out. So it does not surprise me. Maybe you got like some odd jobs, or maybe you were hoarding money, or you were doing something, but you were doing everything in silence. You were moving in silence. Okay, I don't think you disclosed a lot of the abuse that was happening to you. You did not disclose that. Um, in any way, shape, or form did you disclose that? Um, because you felt like no one would believe you because what was happening to you in your mind was just so outlandish. I'm also getting too that your stepfather or your stepdad. I'm getting that they have some sort of pull in the community. Like no one was going to believe you at all. Like you felt like no one was going to believe you based on what he said, and you just felt like there was like this powerlessness. There was this powerlessness. I'm sorry that that happened to y'all, Scorpio. I'm very sorry that that happened to you. Like I'm just getting like a whole trajectory as to what happened to you um, when you were growing up. And if this resonates, does anyone have any questions or comments right now? So let's. If this resonated, hello to the third person that came through. All right. All right. So what issues? Oh wow. All right. I'm glad it does, Michaela. For real. I'm really glad that it resonates. And this is crazy. This is. I'm sorry that this happened to Scorpio. For real. This was a lot. They were digging for a way out. So how did this affect you as an adult, Scorpio? How did how did everything in the past affect them as an adult? How does this affect them as an adult? Oh wow, what was that? Is this it? Let me. Oh, okay. You got a whole bunch of cards here. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So what I got here is the Temperance card upside down for Scorpio. So your inner child is basically saying that what how this affected you as an adult is the fact that you don't even trust anybody. A lot of you are walking around with anger issues. If you have children, it doesn't surprise me at all if you either don't want children or if you do have children, excuse me, you're displaying a lot of that behavior, a lot of those corporate punishments that you endured as a child, or you just don't want children at all. If you do, I'm getting a lot of you just don't have patience for children because no one had patience for you. I'm getting that a lot of yeah. There's a lot of like a lot of energy around you not deserving love, energy around you not being capable of loving another child or being the parent that you once wanted when you were growing up. I'm just getting that you don't have a lot of patience for foolishness when it comes to children. Like you do have a temper um, when it comes to people talking back to you, or you don't have the patience for little ones. You don't. This is how you are as an adult. Like your adult self does not have any patience for children, or you feel as if you cannot, you're unable or incapable of having children of your own because you just don't have the spoons or the capacity, the emotional and mental capacity to do so. You also don't want them to have access to this world. Not in a bad way. You just do not wish to introduce them to craziness that's going on in this world. But I'm definitely getting that you feel like you're not a capable parent. Yeah, a lot of you actually are emulating the types of behaviors that have been inflicted onto you. If you, I'm feeling that a lot of y'all also have a drinking problem. You know, also have some sort of drinking problem, or you just you just don't know any better. I'm getting that is usually it's believe it or not, I'm getting this for Scorpio males or male bodied individuals. that a lot of you are walking around. Your stepfather did y'all wrong, or your father did you wrong, so you don't know better, and you're doing the same thing that has been taught to you. Okay. I also got the tower um upside down. Like I said, a lot of you don't know better, and you're not looking. Okay, here's the thing. Some of y'all are waking up to the fact that the abuse has harmed you in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of you are not willing to look at that part of your childhood. A lot of you are not tapping into your inner child and talking to that inner child. A lot of you are not able to reparent yourself because y'all have not looked at what happened. Okay? In order for you to heal, you are to talk about how your mother and father interacted with one another. You are to talk about how they treated you and how they made you feel. And a lot of you are very afraid to look at that. But here's the thing, you are not alone, is what I'm getting. You're not alone in this situation. You're so scared. I'm getting that a lot of Scorpios are so scared. A lot of you are very afraid of looking at yourself in that way because the truth is that you really do feel as if you're incapable of changing, or you feel like you have done wrong to children in some way, shape, or form. Um, I'm just getting you have either, if you have not abused children, you're afraid of doing so. And so you, by looking at yourself and going through the trajectories of your childhood and how you grew up, you feel like you're going to find some ugliness about yourself, and it's not going to feel, it's not going to feel a certain way. This is not, I mean, I'm being honest. I'm being extremely honest. Okay? So I'm also getting the Eight of Cups here. And what I get is too is that a lot of like I said, y'all are moving in silence and keeping a lot of stuff from yourself. And so spirit is basically saying like, look, you can't do this anymore. Okay, a lot of you, this is about rituals. This is, and yeah, there you go. This is about changing your rituals. You're like, there's a lot of people um, who are afraid to change the rituals. A lot of you are waking up to the truth, but are still afraid to change the rituals up. Okay. In order for you to do this, you are to, like, I'm getting to stop drinking or to stop using what you're using and basically start. Yeah, I'm just getting, know that you're capable, know that you are magical, and know that um, you're capable of greatness. A lot of you don't feel that way. A lot of you have like picked up a lot of rituals. A lot of you have picked up a lot of rituals that are not good for you. That's what's going on with you as an adult. That's what I was picking up. That's what I was picking up. That's part. I'm seeing things before I even pick up a card. A lot of you have started drinking and using drugs to cope. That's what this is. Thank you. A lot of us, a lot of you have used to cope. You're picking up substances and picking up all kinds of addictions, whether it be drugs, sex, food, whatever. You're picking this up to hide. Okay. And so this is what your adult is doing. Okay. Is because you feel like you don't have the strength to move forward. A lot of these addictions or whatever's going on with you because you have not tapped into your inner child, um, or you're not speaking up about what's going on. What's happening is that you have your life has gotten out of control in some way, shape, or form, Even if you were one of those people who can like pick yourself up, you know what I mean, and pick yourself up, what's happening is that you still feel like your life is out of control, like you are out of control, like it's untamed. Okay, so it's I'm just getting like, yeah, I'm just feeling like this feeling of bleakness, this feeling of darkness around some of y'all. Um, and so your inner child is basically saying like, all you have to do is pay attention to me. But what I'm getting is that your adult self, because of you not being aware of being aware of the being aware of what's going on, or at least facing what's going on with you, and you're using everything else to hide it. Your life is not where it could be, and it won't be until like you start facing that stuff. Okay, even if you were, you can like, you can still go on with living your life. You know, I'm getting all this stuff like late 20s, early 30s. I'm getting that a lot of you are in your 20s doing this stuff. Like, I'm just getting like a lot of you. I'm just feeling like a youthful energy, but like your soul is old because you've been through so much. Okay. So what I got here is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is basically telling me that a lot of you are looking for a way out. You're looking for a way out. You're looking for some sort of change. As an adult, you want things to stop. You want the pain to stop, and it will stop. But you're also to tap into your inner child and ask that and reparent your inner child, and to basically tap into that energy, and start and give yourself the opportunity to heal. And you can only do that by being honest with where you are and what's going on. Okay, so what solutions do you have? What can they? What solutions do you have for Scorpios in regards to healing their inner child and connecting with their inner child? All right. Ask for help. Ask for help. This card is usually talking about, um, calling for help, getting out of your way to call for help, admitting that you need help. And I'm just getting that a lot of you, I'm just getting like ask for help, whether it be for spirit or maybe going to rehab or seeing a therapist. Start talking that stuff out. Release that energy. Release that energy of trauma. Release that energy by speaking up. Because what's Yeah, like you're being called to basically let all that go and allow yourself to breathe and to heal. Allow yourself to heal. Okay, because what's happening is that you being stoic and you pretending that things are okay with you. Um, that's not okay anymore. In fact, it's becoming is extremely unhealthy to the point where your life is now affected by what's going on, and so you're being asked by your higher spirit and your inner child to basically start to allow yourself to heal and to wake up. Okay, there is nothing wrong with you, as far as you being like this whole that. Let me take that back. The whole concept of you being unlovable and being unloved, that's a fallacy. That is your subconscious. Or those are the messages that you received as a child, and those messages are a lie. It's time to allow yourself, to let go and allow yourself to feel loved and know that you are capable of a good life. You are capable of health. You are capable of of happiness. You're capable of peace, Scorpio. But what I'm getting is that you are not to ruminate on this any longer, or allow yourself to hide from your true feelings because of the past. Yeah, I'm just getting that. All right, so what words? This is heavy. Y'all going through it. So, what words of encouragement, Spirit, do you have for Scorpio in regards to? Yeah, I'm just getting to connect with your inner child is to get help. Okay, so you got the Andean. What is it? The Andean cross. So let me see what this is actually. This is number 2. So this is up, is right side up, so it's an invitation. So it says the Andean cross announces the start of a great journey, the start to a great journey. It's time for it's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day to day to that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom and guide you. Let me read that one more time because I'm like, this ain't it. How I'm reading it. It is not okay. The Andean cross announces the start to a new journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day to day to that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond to a resounding yes. So I figured as much. So what this card is basically saying is about starting a new journey. It's about starting a new journey and starting a new life for yourself. You being tired like you being tired. It doesn't have to be that way. There's a whole nother life outside of you being tired and being anxious and being angry or feeling as if you have to hide yourself and hide parts of yourself in order for you to be safe. What I'm getting is that hiding and like this is a time for you to tell your story, to tell your truth, and to tap into um, that energy of peace for yourself. I'm getting that this is a time for you, Scorpio, to allow people to help you. Allow yourself to have a tribe of people who can help you. Allow your story to come out. So it's just that a story. It is not a part of your life because your past and what you've been through, or the abuse you've been through, you know, it doesn't define you. It does not define you. So you're being told that it's okay for you to start over. This is a new you're being asked to start over. You can start over anytime, but this is now the time to do it. And I know that you are capable of doing it. Okay? So that is all I have for Scorpio. I like ooh, y'all going through a lot, but I know that you can get out of it. I know that you can do this. I know that you are capable of doing this um for yourself and for many generations before and after you. Okay, you when you heal, the collective heals. Okay, I want y'all to know that when you heal, the collective heals. So if this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, be sure to subscribe to the channel, to the Bowtie Psychic channel, and also the YouTube channel. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can also, book a personal reading at the bowtiepsychic.com. Also, like if you are inclined to, you can also drop a donation down, on my in my PayPal account. Um, what was it? The boat, not the Bowtie Psychic, but basically, it's the oh, of course, I sure can. So I'll do that right now. PayPal.me/hobby the medium. So you can go ahead and do that. Also, like I'm very excited to let you know that I am actually working on the Patreon, so I can get all that together. So you'll get so many great initiatives. So you'll get, I know I want to say for about $5 or so, you can get a shout out, for the podcast when it comes out. You can also get like a words of encouragement and a reading or a one card reading. So it's stuff like that that I'm giving away and not giving away, but basically like introducing to the world, and I'm very excited about it. So yeah, um, again, if you have any questions or comments, by all means, let me know in the comments, and I'll put the timestamps in the description box, for you to click on. So, oof, thank you so much for all that you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Michaela, and thank you for the people who are watching this video. Um, for your support. I wouldn't even be here without y'all. And I'm just like here to serve my purpose and to help people tap into your inner child. So, on that note,